folks, Crazyclimber80 here again, and this time we're actually going to look at another game show review, and this is of the fantastic 78 to 86 version of Tic-Tac-Dough, but we're also going to look at some other versions. This is the 1956 to 1959 version on NBC, taped in New York, New York. It was hosted by Jack Barry, Gene Rayburn, Bill Wendell, Jay Jackson, and Win Elliott. And it was in black and white. It's from the 50s, and it basically played the same as the other versions of Tic-Tac-Dough. And you see the board up there with the categories that shuffle and the X's and O's that get put in place by the two contestants. There was no bonus round in this one, as there was the other two versions. But this was hit by the game show scandal situation going on in the late 50s. This episode in particular, it was found that the contestants were given the answers in advance, and the show ended. And this is the later version, Tic-Tac-Dough, in 1990, and it was hosted by the son of John Wayne, Patrick Wayne. And it was not very well received. It only lasted, it didn't even last like 3 months. The gameplay was very much the same. See, there's the category board, and the bonus round was a little different. You get to choose whether you want X's or O's, and then you have to try to find 3 of 3 in a row, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. And there is a dragon, and if you hit it, you lose. And the dragon would sometimes rap a short little poem, and it was really awful. But there was also, this time, a dragon slayer, and if you found him, you automatically win. Yeah, the show did not last very long. It was not very good. But we're going to look at the 78 to 86 version. It ran only on CBS from less than 2 months in 1978, and then it went to syndication a little bit later and stayed there for 8 years, just about. It aired on CBS around 9 or 10 in the morning after local programming and before The Price is Right. Jack Barry and Dan Enright were the producers. Director was Richard S. Klein, and it was filmed at CBS TV studio in Hollywood, California. The hosts were Wink Martindale and, for just one season, Jim Caldwell. Announcers were Jay Stewart and Charlie O'Donnell. Distributor was Colbert TV Sales. It was taped at CBS TV Studios, Kraft Studios, and the Production Group Studios. The awesome theme, was called Crazy Fun by Hal Heidi.
From Hollywood, it's everybody's game of strategy, knowledge, and fun. It's the new Tic-Tac-Dough. And now, here is our host, Wink Martindale.
Thank you. Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. A little strategy, a whole lot of knowledge, and a whole lot of fun. That's what we're going to have now as we play another game of Tic-Tac-Dough. And let's meet our two players. Johnny, who are they, please? Okay.
Well, the champion was in charge of the X's, and the challenger was in charge of the O. And they would try to correctly answer a question off of a category on the board, and if they got it right, they would put their letter in its place. And there's the board, and it was controlled by 9 Apple II computers and controlled by an Altair 8800. And you see the 9 different categories. And before the game even starts, and after each turn, all the categories shuffle. Generally, during the series run, the categories were 200 apiece, except for the center category, which was 300, and that gave you a little more time to answer because the question was a little bit harder.
I'd like to take Bob's and Roberts in the center.
It's a little harder. You'll have some extra time, but it's worth $300. This politician named Robert served in the administration of his brother, the 35th President of the United States. First, I want you to name him, and then name the cabinet post he held. Think about that. He He served in the administration of his brother, the 35th president. Name him, Laurie.
Robert Kennedy.
That's right. Name the cabinet post he held, and you'll have the center box.
Attorney General.
You're right. Put an O in the center box. And let's move the categories again. 1 X and 2 O's on the board.
And note that the earnings from both players goes into the pot shown above the board, and the winner gets to keep it all. Now see that red category at the bottom center? That is a that has special rules attached to it. You might be able to compete with your opponent over the box, or you might possibly get a new turn, or you might get a special bonus for it. Let's look at them. The secret category was any category, I believe, chosen by the host, and it doubles the total pot. The jumping category was either contestant can buzz in for an answer. A miss would give the other player a chance. The challenge category, you challenge the opponent to answer or answer yourself. The bonus category was a 3-parter, but successful answers would give you another turn. The opponent's choice. The opponent chooses which of 2 categories you must answer a question for. Play or pass was you could answer or skip to a different question. Seesaw was a question with multiple answers was asked. Players alternate giving correct answers. The first to miss or repeat their answer concedes the box. Auction. Players bid how many questions they can answer. Top 10. The 10 top answers for an asked question. Whichever contestant picks the higher answer wins. Double or nothing. A correct answer lets you pick another box, but if you miss, you will lose both boxes. Trivia challenge was multiple choice. You answer or dare your opponent to answer. Grand question was worth $1,000. Take 2. 2 clues were given to the question. The second clue is for the opponent, letting them have a chance. It's a dilemma. 1 clue was given to the question, then you pick how many out of 4 more clues you need. Then the opponent decides who should answer. Number please was a high-low question with a numeric answer a la Card Sharks. Showdown was a 2-part jump-in question, or 2-part jump-in questions were asked. After a buzz-in, the opponent gets to answer the other part, and you play until a player errs. 3 to Win had jumping questions asked. The first to 3 correct answers wins the box.
$600 pot, Donna.
I have to take Seesaw for the black.
Yeah, I'll read a question with a number of answers to it on this one, Donna. You'll both seesaw back and forth offering answers until one of you answers incorrectly, repeats an answer, or takes too much time. The other player will then get the box. Of course, Donna, as you see, you're going for a vertical block.
As you can see, you need 3 in a row, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, to win. And if there's no way for somebody to win, if all the boxes are filled without a winner, or if there's no way that someone can get 3 in a row, there will be a tie, and they will play another game, and the pot continues to build.
2 left, and Colleen, you have Tic-Tac-Dough. Well, congratulations, Colleen. There were 2 left. Donna, you didn't answer in time, so you had Rhode Island left and West Virginia, and you just failed to come up with one of those 2. 8 out of the 10. So, Colleen, not only did you win the game of Tic-Tac-Dough at $800, you win a brand new automobile, and your total $30,850.
For every 5 games in a row that you won, you would get a brand new car. And it was often a Buick Skylark, like this one. And here is the bonus game, called Beat the Dragon. early on in the series, you try to get 3 in a row of X's or O's to beat the game and hopefully avoid the dragon, which ends the game. But shortly after, it was replaced by the more memorable version, in which you try to collect dollar values, which were like just various amounts of money, and if you could get them to $1,000 or more, then you will win. You can also collect the words tick and tack, and you will automatically go to $1,000. Either way, if you win, you get a prize package. If you uncover the dragon, it's all over, and all those values plus the dragon were hidden behind the 9 numbers. And you call out a number, and it is unveiled. And there is a closer look at the dragon. And it used to scare me as a little kid when I watched the show, because it would let out a big old roar. But you try to avoid the dragon. He's somewhere among the 9 numbers, and if you uncover him, you lose the game. But let's take a look at the bonus game.
Patty, let's beat the dragon. Come on over. Behind these numbers are various amounts of money. We have a tick, we have a tack, and of course, as always, the dragon. Get to it. We always let him have his say before we continue. Reach $1,000 or more, get tick and tack, and here's what you're going to win. Listen.
Patty, these modern gifts will usher in a new era in your home. First, Patty, you'll join the information revolution as you master the use of this versatile home computer. The Commodore 64 computer featuring 64K memory.
Everybody should have at least one robot. All right? You're not married, are you?
No.
Well, I wouldn't want your husband to be jealous. Let's cover him up, move him all around. Do you have anybody in the audience?
No, not today.
Poor baby is here. Sicky, huh? Oh, it's too bad. Well, let's give her some advice, folks. She needs some lucky numbers that will win for her a robot.
Oh, 5.
Number 5? All righty. Let's look in the center and see what we have behind number 5. We want Patty to win the robot. All righty. We need another number. Number 9. Numero 9. Bottom right corner to go with tack. How about a tick? She can have the robot. $500. You'll also get the telescope, the sun training system, and the computer, too.
2.
All right, number 2. Maybe this will be worth tick or $500. You're $250 short. Need 250 more.
Oh, 3.
Number 3. How many of you said 3? This is your number. A lot of you said 3. Maybe they know more than we do. You win. What do you know? The microwave oven, the wood stove, and the gas range.
Number 1.
You need $150 or tick. Is it behind number 1? Do they jump on a plane and leave? I hate to see that come up because I really wanted to see you win that trip. And I think Jennifer was all primed and ready to go to Hawaii.
On rare occasions, when there was time left at the end of a show, they might play an audience game called Dragon Finder. And this would be played after a bonus round, after a contestant played a bonus round. The remaining boxes that were not uncovered, if they had not found the dragon, 2 audience members would be allowed to try to find that dragon. They would call out numbers, and each number that did not unveil the dragon, the pot would start at $250, I think it was, and for each number that did not find the dragon, they would add $50, and the one that found the dragon would get what was in the pot.
Right now, we want to go out into the audience and see if we can find the dragon. And for that, Charlie O'Donnell, we need 2 dragon finders. Will you point them out for me?
You bet, Wink. We're looking for Mervyn Green. And Sabrina Abraham. Here's your chance to be our dragon finders.
A lot of money. You're in a hurry. You ready? All right, call out a number.
4.
No, you sure?
We'll make it 8.
No. Now, don't let me talk you out. I just said that. That was an ad lib. Number 4. Stick with number 4, all right? Because we have to take your first choice. Don't get me into trouble. What's behind 4? 500. So we add $50. We now have a dragon that's worth $300. Sabrina,
Of the three numbers left, 6, 8, and 9 for $300, where's the dragon?
6.
Number 6. If it's behind 6, you have $300. Is it behind number 6? Yes! First of all, take that and put it on your head. Take that and put it on your head. You didn't win, but I'm going to give you $50 anyway because you're a good sport.
Something that was done far more often was called Hat Day, and this was done on a Friday. Wink Martindale would wear a hat that a viewer sent in. I think he usually wore it at the end of the show. They were often really garish or hideous, and Wink would get especially silly with them. I really liked Hat Day. I thought it was kind of a cool idea. Some near-final thoughts on the show. Substitute announcers were Johnny Gilbert, Bob Hilton, Art James, and Mike Darrow. Wink did not announce his departure on his last episode, but he left to produce and host the show Headline Chasers. Wink's real name is Winston, and there was a 1978 board game by Ideal. And there is Jim Caldwell, who would host from 1985 to 1986. And we'll look at his intro. They changed the set look too, and I didn't like it.
From Hollywood, it's everybody's game of strategy, knowledge, and fun. It's Tic-Tac-Dough. And now, here's our host, Jim Caldwell.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Tic-Tac-Dough. We have a great audience. We're going to have some fun today. We have two terrific players. I think we're right in the middle of a game. And Charlie, let's bring them out.
Yeah, I'm really not a fan of that set. Pretty hideous, don't you think? Well, moving on, we're going to look at some famous contestants of the show. Well, there's the immortal Tom McKee, who won $312,700 in cash and prizes in 1980. He ended up being a good friend of Wink Martindale. Second place was Kit Salisbury in 1984. He won $199,750. And the other big winners of the show, there was Wilbur Hicks, Brian Donovan, Gary Myers, Mark Linewind, Peter DeVries, John Welsh, Doc Fass, and Alan Lichtman. If you were ever on the show as a contestant or was on the staff, leave a comment. Love to hear from you. And here is a look at the board game of Tic-Tac-Dough by Ideal. Well, that was my tribute to the awesome game show Tic-Tac-Dough, or at least the 1978 to 1986 version. Expertly hosted by Wink Martindale. He was the perfect host for the show and had an excellent theme. Smash hit for Jack Berry and Dan Enright. Well, I thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great one. And if you'd never seen this show before, definitely catch up with some YouTube clips or something. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.